As we kick things off of week 8 of the Big 3, and we've got 3's company taking on the Killer 3's from Infinite Energy Arena here in Atlanta. As we take a look at the standings, big game here for 3's company. And they want to move up. Listen, if they can win and some of these guys lose, you can find themselves as the #1 seed heading into the playoffs. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer alongside my partner Jim Jackson, and welcome to the regular season finale of the Big 3. And Jim, tonight is huge because it is all about the standings and the seeds, especially with the playoffs tipping off next week in Dallas.
Well, here's the thing. Power sits in pole position right now as the #1 seed. But a lot of scenarios could happen. If teams lose, teams jockey for position. Yes, the 4 teams are already in, but the positioning and the seeding is not locked. So it means a lot for these games, for these teams to win. My thing, handle your business. You win, you take care of your business. But also on the line, scoring title.
Yeah.
Corey Maggette holds a slight lead with David Hawkins and Ricky Davis. The rebounding title. You know, that is also in the balance. So we have a lot of things riding in the last regular season game.
Let's get right to the rosters here. The Killer 3's and 3's company. No Baron Davis. He says he's hoping to be back for Dallas in the playoffs, but they have been led by Andre Emmett. Emmett has been spectacular. In fact, he was player of the week back-to-back weeks. And then for the Killer 3's, Steven Jackson, Ron Artest, Alan Anderson, and Charles Oakley is the coach. Michael Cooper is your coach for 3's company. Here's Oakley. Alan Anderson, Steven Jackson, Killer 3's in the black. 3's company in the gray. The orange trim. 3's company need a victory. Right now, they stand in the 3rd slot of the playoffs, looking to increase. Here's Steven Jackson, and he will pull. First shot, no.
You know, Brian, this also gives you more continuity if you're 3's company. You 2 losses going into the tournament or the playoffs. Anybody can win. Right now, Emmett is being able to get to the basket a lot easier, Andre Emmett. But here's the thing. You still want to develop that consistency going into the playoff round. Because it's one game, you got a chance to get yourself to a championship. So this game means a lot more than just a W. It means momentum going into the playoffs as well.
Andre Emmett with the first 2 points. He's been basically in the top 5 of just about every statistical category. He certainly have turned up his play once Baron Davis went down 3 weeks ago. Charles Oakley, head coach of the Killer 3's.
Right in the post. Give it to him.
Me and Oak was able to share a little cigar the other night. You know what I'm saying? My mentor from back in my younger youth days in Ohio.
There you go.
How about that 3 there from Alan Anderson?
Well, here's the thing, too, Brian. You've been around a lot of games, a lot of teams, a lot of sports. The quote, you have nothing to play for, there's something that the Killer 3's have heard, but yet they're still professional. That's a great turnaround jump shot by Maxill. But what do you do? It's just like you're in the league. You're not in the playoff race, but you still got to come out and be professional and do your job.
Oh, that's right. Way to get to the rim. Make the free throw.
Ron Artest draws the foul.
Alan Anderson here with enough room. Jason Maxill knew that Alan Anderson had the quickness on him, so he gave him a little bit room. So what you do is you pull up in rhythm off the dribble and make him pay for giving you too much space.
Here's Ron Artest, 1 for 2.
There you go.
Got it.
Good job.
You gotta love Ron, a.k.a. Let World Peace. He said, basically, I suck. But, you know, but it's a reality check for a lot of these guys who watch it, maybe come to the game. You think you're working out and in shape until you get out here. You have to cover much more court. You see a 4-point shot that time by Emmett than you think. So you got to prepare yourself all year round to get ready to play. You just can't come in with a month or two thinking that you're going to get in tip-top shape.
Another 3, it's good. Alan Anderson is knocked down back-to-back 3's. 4-point lead for the Killer 3's.
There you go. Down.
Emmett and Maxill with the pick and roll. Emmett takes it.
Come on, let's go. All the way out, Jack.
And here's Artest working on Maxill. Fades. Good block by Maxill, but out on him.
Come on, Ryan. Go to the rim. No. Take it to the
See,
rim.
this is when you start to make a little bit of adjustment. Andre Emmett again giving space, but didn't close down Anderson's airspace, and they'll still be able to get that shot up.
Artest misses a three.
Oh, he's fouled. Out of bounds. Light it down, Ron. Light it down. Good D.
Drive.
Put it up. Put it up. Get out, Ron.
Jackson with one on the shot clock. Yes! Three.
Let's go.
And Michael Cooper has called a timeout as the Killer Threes have come out smoking on an 8-0 run.
30 seconds. Run.
And keep in mind, this is kind of what they did last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then lost it in the second half.
Well, you can't be complacent if you're if you're Three's company, because you're in the playoffs. Now you assume that you're just going to walk in here and win the game. I talked about being professional. Well, right now, Killer Threes, they're professional. Now, if you're Three's company, you got to come out and match the energy and the effort and attention to detail as your opponent. And that's what Michael Cooper is telling his team right now, that, listen, guys, we came out here taking this game for granted. Let's see if they make the adjustment coming out the timeout.
Let's go to the court. Here's Michael Rappaport.
Guys, I just wanted to correct Jimmy on something. Brian, I don't know if you caught this. I don't like to be...
Absolutely. And when you just said the Omni and all that,
oh yeah,
I'm old.
I was way back in the
day. Here's the steal by Artest. Ball rims out. And Andre Emmett now.
Make him shoot the top one.
Drive the baseline, hesitates, goes in. That's a good power move.
Well, it is. It was a hesitation, but it was that right shoulder that pushed Allen Anderson back. He got it, Andre Emmett, right in his chest, and that created that space and separation to get that shot up inside.
Anderson finally misses a three. Here's Dante Jones now. Inside the back. Alley-oop. Yes!
And how about the read that time by Jason Maxiell? The pick and roll, the switch. He slipped immediate to the other side of the basket. How about the pass by Dante Jones that led him to an easy basket?
3-point lead now for the Killer Threes. Mike James getting ready to check in for the Killer Threes. This is Steven Action Jackson. Nothing but net. Threes company is now hit their last 2 straight shots after missing 3 straight. Maxiell gets the foul. He'll go to the line.
On the pick and roll, and then the lob to the rim is all about timing. And the thing you don't want to do is throw it too soon. You want to create opportunities. So now Maxiell can just catch and finish. Poor communication right there between Artest and Allen Anderson on who's going to switch, who stays at home. So you just take advantage of it when you run the pick and roll on the side.
So Jason Maxiell now, 1 for 2. Knocks it down. Spent 10 years in the league. All of a sudden, that lead, an 8-0 run by the Killer Threes. Threes company has cut it to just 3 points.
Well, you talked about Killer Threes starting off, but not unable to sustain that effort. And we're starting to see some semblance of it right now with the Threes company making a run back. Stack, stop it, no. Another possession.
Inside, they go to Artest, yes, with the left hand.
And that's quick recognition that time by Mike James. He was able to clear the ball above the 3-point line. And inside, Ron Artest had position. Beautiful lob again to the opposite side of the rim, Brian. That allowed Ron Artest to catch and finish.
First team to 25, we go to the half. Dante Jones lost it. Maxiell collects it. 3 on the shot clock. He's got to put it up. That's short. Keep in mind, Threes company playing without DeMar Johnson, who's lethal from 3, and Baron Davis, who's been out for the past 3 weeks with a quad injury. James loses it. Andre Emmett shot blocked by Ron Artest.
You know what, though? Dante was a little late on that pass because Emmett was 2 seconds before was open, before Ron even got in position. That time, Dante played with it a little bit too long. That prevented Andre Emmett from getting a clean look at the basket.
Gotta go! Gotta go!
1, Andre Emmett. He's got to force it. That's a shot clock violation by Threes company.
Got to be aware of the shot clock. You know, when you take it out on the side, you only got 5 seconds. So that time, that extra pass, again, takes away a possession of not getting a clean shot.
Josh Powell has checked in for the Killer Threes, and so too has Keith Bogan, seeing his first action of the season.
How about my man?
Keith Bogans. And what action, Jackson? That's a grown man move there in the lane.
Yeah, but it's a smart move because Keith Bogan's just got in the game. Still a little cold. So what do? You attack him immediately. You see that in the NBA where your sub will come in the game. Immediately you want to attack him and force him to play defense. And Stack knew exactly what he wanted to do. Put Bogans on his heels, put him on his shoulder, force him to have to guard now. He can get the old school three-point play if he makes the free throw.
And he knocks it down, and all of a sudden, Steven Jackson now has 8 of the 18 Killer Threes on a 5-0 run. Here's Jackson again, ball fakes. Working on Andre Emmett, turns, fades. Emmett wants to take Jackson one-on-one. 5 on the shot clock.
Great defense that time by Stack.
He's got to force it up. Bad shot. Dante Jones in and out. Good strip by Mike James.
Yeah, Mike could have took it up for the layup, though.
He spins off of Bogans. And they're going to call that offensive foul.
So now you take away an easy 2 that Mike James could have had because he didn't recognize it was a steal, and he could have went right up with it. And how about Bogans making his impact felt right there by stepping in and taking a charge. Now, he did that throughout his career as well, so that's something that we NBA fans are used to seeing from Keith Bogan.
Three's company has gone ice cold. They've missed their last 5. Make that last 6 shots.
Well, look at the quality of shots. What worked for them? The pick and roll. They were able to get inside a couple of times to get some easy baskets. And a lot of times, Ryan, when it works easily, you kind of tend to go away from it instead of continuing to milk that play until Killer Three's making adjustments.
Good inbound play there as Keith Bogans lays it in.
You gotta see the ball. Mike, go on, ball.
6-point lead now. Josh Powell, the kick out. Steven Jackson, the 3. Short. Here's Emmett. Emmett. Oh, what a follow by Jason Maxiell. I see you, big boy. That's a break by Mike James. Emmett could have put it right up again.
You got to know when it's not a shot that touches the rim. And now you give yourself a 15, 18-foot shot instead of a layup. It doesn't seem like it's a lot, but that's a possession right there that you want to take advantage of.
Steven Jackson for 4. Here's Emmett. Between the legs, in the lane. Yes! And 1. Andre Emmett.
Keep your eye on the weak side. Big Max coming in. One hand. And because the help came with Josh Powell, nobody was there to give Big Jason slamming home with authority.
Emmett missed the 3-point opportunity. 2-point lead for the Killer Threes.
Hey, Mike, you open that shooter. You ain't get to the rim, let's shoot it. Let's shoot it, nigga. You gotta turn the corner, you gotta stop somewhere.
Dante Jones will check back in for Three's company.
Can't be a point. Can't be a tall guy with the dribble, you better guard.
Here's Mike James. Found his shooting stroke last week, and he'll pull up from 3. In and out. Powell. The kick out. Steven Jackson. They call that loose ball foul. Josh Powell and Charles Oakley is upset. He wanted Powell to take that right up when he got the offensive rebound.
Max, step out.
Look at that look. He's just like week in and week out. Why?
Yeah. Again, you don't think these coaches take it serious?
Yeah.
Please.
Here's Dante Jones. Takes it home. And all of a sudden, it is tied up here in the A. First tie of the game. Mike Jones. Mike James. knocks it down. His first 2 of the game, 2-point lead, Killer 3's first team to 25. We go to the half.
Hey, dribble over. Take him. Take him, Tay.
Let's see if Dante Jones will go to the hole. Gets Mike James up, and he'll go to the line.
And Mike, you can't bite for that. You got to force Dante, even though he's 15 feet and he's stepping back, force him to go ahead and shoot that shot over the top. Smart play by Dante. Bad decision by Mike James.
It's time for the Rap Report. Here he is, Michael Rappaport.
Unprecedented access, Baron Davis. You're not on the court. Are you going to make it back for the playoffs, Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I noticed there's some outtakes from the Drew film. Are you looking to get into Hollywood, into acting? Because I see you got some skills. You're in the character and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. You know, I got a couple things in the work. I may call you for like a cameo.
No, I'm not doing cameos. I want like a real part, Baron. I don't do
cameo on my movie.
No, I need like a real. Can I get a supporting part or something like that?
That's my agent.
What are you thinking about your team today? You're out. You're not on the court. How frustrating is it? How frustrating is it for you to not be out on the court, Baron?
Frustrating. I mean, we playing tough, man. We just gotta keep everything in front of them. Make people make plays. In this game, you gotta make people make plays. You gotta make them make plays.
All right, because I noticed you keep pushing me away. I don't like that. We're gonna go with Jimmy. You see how you keep pushing me? Like I'm like.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And let me ask you a question, Mike. Why don't you call me Mr. Jackson?
Well, this guy's nuts, man.
That wasn't my question. Why don't you call me Mr. Jackson?
You know what? I used to call you that many years ago. Many years ago, Mr. Jackson. Now it's like, oh man, Jackson.
Well, why don't you call Mike James Mr. James? He knocks down that 3. We go to the half. And how about those Killer 3's with a 7-2 run to end the half? And they've got a 5-point lead here at the intermission. And again, it's a replay of kind of what we saw last week. How do they keep that intensity and hold on and get themselves a victory?
Well, here's the key. The best player is Stephen Jackson. So he came out and set the tone early. Now everybody else kind of follows the lead of their leader. He came out and played hard offensively, hard defense, made some shots. Now that forces the energy level of his players to now match that. And that's what you love. And I talked about being professional. One of the most professional players that played in our league. Always played hard, always was very competitive. He challenged not only his opponents, but his teammates to match his energy. And that's what we see right here in the first half in Big3's company from behind the three-point arc.
And remember, every Friday night, Facebook will be your exclusive home to the first game of the Big 3. Now, next week, we roll into the Big D, Dallas,
baby,
for the Big 3 semifinals. It all comes your way next Friday, August 17th, live 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Facebook.
That's it.
That's both our old stomping ground there, man.
Big D, I can't wait, man. I mean, last year we had 15,000 to come out.
Great crowd.
Now we have, 4 teams really contested as far as the playoff race. And Big D has always been great from a sports perspective. Always enjoy my time when I go back.
There he is.
Here's Dante Jones. Good play. Off the pitch. Open 3. Missed it. And now the one thing you heard Baron Davis tell Mike is this league is all about creating plays. As Allen Anderson knocks down another one. It seems like the creativity is off for 3's company since he's been out.
Well, because you got to, that's a playmaker. And that was one of the problems with the Killer 3's as well, is that not having that playmaker out front, that slowed, I think, the momentum of the offense down a little bit more. You know what I mean? And you see that happen here with 3's company, because Barron created so much off the dribble, forced teams to have to now have all eyes on him. He opened up the driving lanes, pick and roll, 3-point shots for his teammates.
11-0 run for the Killer 3's. They've got an 11-point lead of the back-to-back 3's here. Air ball on the block by Stephen Jackson. Dante Jones has got to force it up. Missed it. This is a huge game for 3's company. Right now, they sit in the 3rd spot in the seedings, trying to move up.
Again, you lose this game, does it take you out of the playoff picture? No, but it halts any kind of momentum you have going into the playoff. You want to be playing your best basketball going into the final week, or final 2 weeks of the season.
Here's Emmett. Drive. Got the runner.
Hey, we got to start playing some defense.
Emmett now has 8. They go to Allen Anderson, who has found the touch from behind that arc. What a steal by Big Mac. Emmett now. Inside to Maxiel, who throws it away.
We gave a lot of love to Steven Jackson, but it's been Allen Anderson as well, stretching the defense, showing off his range.
Here's Emmett. He had 21 last week. Wide open. 2 open. Ron Artest on the block. Jackson for 3. Off.
Try it again, baby.
Yep.
Off. Right now, it's a little bit off to his left right now. And a lot of it, too, he's leaning a little bit. And his elbow is out just a little bit. That's normally not the way Steven shoots it. And both times, it carried him off the left-hand side of the rim. That was a bad pass by Dante Jones.
Here's Jackson. Lays it in. Killer 3's. Now 3 of 9 from the field here in the second half.
And this is the part of the game, like here, say 3's company is struggling. Baron Davis can now take over off the dribbling, so they do so many things. Like scoring the ball, Andre Emerson, so can I, but that's where you miss the presence of a Baron Davis.
Emmett's in double figures. He's got 10. The lead is 9 as Baron Davis, who has now missed his 4th straight week with a quad injury. Here's Artest. Air ball. Dante Jones dunks it home.
And that time, Ron just kind of forced that shot up, and it cost him by getting an easy 2 inside. Again, you don't want to give this 3's company team momentum. Make them work for everything they have to get offensively. You don't want to give them this easy layup. There's another turnover right here.
Corner, 3, Andre Emmett. Got to give me that.
5 points. 5 points off of a bad shot, air ball, now turnover. Now you cut the lead down to 4.
Andre Emmett's got 13. He's got 7 here in the second half, and all of a sudden that lead is just 4, Jim Jackson.
Well, it's all about taking advantage of the miscues of your opponent, and right here, the quick pass, decision from Dante to hit Andre Emmett in the corner. Now Andre's able to square up, really stroke the basketball with confidence. So momentum, you feel that a little bit, momentum shifting towards 3's company, but it's not anything that 3's company really did defensively. It was the mistakes offensively by Killer 3's that allowed 3's company to take advantage of it.
Get another pole. You have to come off like that on him, okay? Come on, dude. Right here. Hey, look.
3's company came into this game sitting in the 3rd spot. When you look at the seedings, and with Baron Davis being out, it has been all about Andre Emmett. Had 21 points last week. Week before had 23, team high 18 in week 5. That was the week where he was basically player of the week in back-to-back weeks. He had been the man for 3's company. Time for that Rap Report. Here's Michael Rappaport.
All right, I'm on the court. Unprecedented access right here. I'm going to stop Jason Maxiel. Jason, incredible follow-up dunk. You're listed at 260 pounds. I don't believe that.
That's about right, yeah. That's about right. 260, no problem. No problem.
I mean, when was the last time you got up there and followed up slam dunk like that?
Last time you was on there? Yeah.
Yo.
He left you speechless, didn't he, Rap?
And he hit me with that paw, man. Yo, that's a big dude, man.
Hey, Allen Anderson about to jump on your back, too.
Yeah, he is. Allen Anderson looked at you like, man, what you doing?
I got unprecedented access down here. I got a mouse in the house right here.
That guy's a nut, isn't he? He is absolutely out of his mind. Here is Allen Anderson now. He brings it in himself.
Well, let's see on this possession if Killer 3's can get a high-quality shot.
3 on the shot clock for Steven Jackson. He's got to put it up. He gets the foul on Andre Emmett.
And Andre has to be smarter than that. Shot clock going down. You know that Steven Jackson has to force a shot up. And instead of playing solid defense, hands in the air, Andre Emmett wants to reach down and rake across trying to get a steal.
Make sure you send in your questions on Facebook to Michael Rappaport. He'll answer them. Jack knocks down the free throws. Lead is now 6 for the Killer Threes. Here's Bogans, first shot. Hey! No good from distance.
Yeah, but I love the play. There's a little will. Go to the opposite. You have a pick screen down for Bogans. It popped out up top, open for a shot. That's all you can ask. Did the play get you the shot you wanted? Yes. Did it go in? No, but it got you what you wanted. Watch it. Coming down, little back screen, down screen. Confusion on the part of Killer Threes in regards to who's going to switch out. Fortunately for them, Bogans didn't knock in the shot.
See if they get another opportunity. Threes company, 3 of 7 so far here in the second half, making 4 of 8. Now shooting 50% as Andre Emmett is starting to get warm. The lead is 4.
Yeah, but Brian, they got you a spot right there at the free throw line. A little hesitation, step back to the side.
Emmett's got 15.
Well, we shouldn't be surprised that Andre Emmett has gotten hot. We've seen it all season long, especially with the absence of Baron Davis, able to put it on the deck and score, put a runner inside, and then the jump shot as well. Multiple ways he can beat you, makes it tough on the defender. Have to stay in front of him.
He's got his season average of 15 right now. Said week 4 was when it all changed for him. Baron Davis went down, and he knew the scoring punch, and the offense had to go through him. Steven Jackson flies through the air and lays it in with the left hand.
And like Dante Jones got the bad end of the stick on that one. With Steven Jackson able to pick the ball off the ground and finish. And a little blood right here coming out the nose of Dante Jones.
Jackson's got a game-high 17. 9 have come here in the second half as Dante Jones will go to the bench.
Just take a look at the end of the play right here. Jackson's right arm, forearm / elbow, accidentally, wasn't done on purpose. More of a brace for the impact from Dante Jones, and that time just caught him square in the nose.
Jack try to complete the three-point play. Rolls in. He's got 18.
And right there, just coming down. Again, a clean play, a tough play. You hate to be on the receiving end of that elbow, but that's basketball.
Here's Dante Jones. He'll go back to the dressing room, get that taken care of.
Yeah, now Dante out of the game. It shortens your bench. Try to make a run here in the last,
which was already shortened with DeMar Johnson out, Barron out, Josh Powell. No, Maxfield, yes.
A smart play. Recognize it didn't touch the rim. The shot didn't. Jason Maxwell immediately gathered himself and went right back up and got a hard-earned 2 points.
You're asking where's DeMar Johnson? Suffered a meniscus injury working out this past week, and Josh Powell banks it home.
And you hate to see that for DeMar, playing so well the last few weeks, going into the playoffs. A meniscus, you can play with it, but it will bother you in your lateral movement and poor defense. And again, the communication at times with the pick and roll by Killer Threes hasn't been there. That's why I say Threes company should continue to run that play, because Killer Threes haven't found a solution to stop it as of yet.
First team to 50 wins it. Here's Allen Anderson. Fade. Yes! Allen Anderson. He's got 12.
Back at him, Emmett. Back at him. Go right back at him.
Killer Threes 8 points away from victory. Emmett got it. Andre Emmett has got 18. Oh, this one's going to go down to the wire.
Again, I think this, too, for our fans, where the 4-point shot becomes critical at the end of the game. You may be down, and that's a foul right there that didn't get called on Allen Anderson. But that can come into play if you're a team that's down late in the game to be able to utilize that as a weapon.
Mike James, the check back in for the Killer Threes.
Max, what you got? Double leg, go there.
Y'all look at the ball for?
Bo!
Come on, Bo!
Image.
There you go.
Inbound to Bogan. Working on Mike James. Bogan. No. Jackson, yes.
Good job.
Jackson now with 20 points. Game high score. Here's Andre Emmett. Inside to Maxio. Hesitated. Goes up. Got it. 4-point lead, Killer 3's. First team to 50 wins it. Win by 2.
Get up, Max. Get up. Get up.
Jackson. He's got Maxio. He will pull up. Short. But there's the foul, Maxio.
It's just 2.
No. 4. I got it.
Jason Maxwell getting the pick and roll. Been a benefit. Didn't like the first shot. Pivot. Nice little touch inside. Steven Jackson at the free throw line.
That shot is good by Jackson. He's got 22 now. Killer 3's 4 points away from victory.
Come on. Somebody got to drop. Drop, Jack. Drop, Jack. Jack, your help.
Andre Emmett.
No, baby.
No ball. No foul.
Lee remains 4.
And that time it was not really good one-on-one defense from Allen Anderson, but where's the help on the weak side to take away that driving lane? Almost another steal right here by the quick hands of big Jason Maxwell.
You blew it was one time in the hallway. You blew it one time today in the hallway. You got to blow your whistle today.
Here's Allen Anderson. Contested 3. Here's Bogans now. Inside Maxio.
No foul.
With the opportunity to cut the lead
Timeout now if you want it.
to just a point.
That's all about decision making. Bad shot. Forced 3-point shot by Allen Anderson. Now you get a mismatch inside. And 3's company takes advantage of it by not shooting a bailout jump shot. They went inside. Again, decision making in late game situations. That's where you do miss a point guard. To be able to get your team in a situation now that at least you get a high quality shot of whether you make.
Guys who I thoroughly enjoy, as you pointed out, I just love talking to Doc because that's greatness there. But when you talk about guys who got a great personality, Gary Payton is one. Love talking to him. Big Baby's another one because he not only enjoys playing here, he thinks this is one of the best things that's come around in a long time.
Well, you know who's off the rails? Chris Anderson.
Oh my God! Yes.
Chris Anderson
Absolutely.
is off. That's my man. 50 grand and all.
Yeah, you're right.
I love Chris Anderson.
Here's Steven Jackson. He's been off the rails here in this second half. He's been phenomenal. Look at that move by Allen Anderson. Pull back for 3. No.
And Charles Oakley wasn't particularly happy with that possession because he felt Allen Anderson had to drive to the basket, but he settled to step back and shoot another tough contested 3-point shot.
There's Maxio. Missed it from in close. That could have tied the game. 3-pointer. Jackson. Yes! Big 3 by Steven Jackson. Killer 3's are a point away from victory.
Now think about this. You got to win by 2. Here's an opportunity if you can set up to get a 4-point shot. Okay? To get 48 points and force this into a couple more possessions. But they haven't shown the ability, 3's company, to get a stop consistently. That would be part of my strategy.
Jackson's got 25. And nearly came up with a steal.
And this is one of the shots Oak didn't want, but loved that it went in.
6 seconds. 6 seconds. 6 seconds. I do both jobs. They ain't doing nothing. No foul.
Here, Oakley said, look, there should be 6 seconds on that shot clock. And he was right.
The ball in play.
3's company will inbound. Set your lineup. Andre Emmett. Dante Jones is back.
No foul. No foul.
And Keith Bogans for 3's company.
Stay down, Jack. No foul. Stay down.
Here's Bogans. 5
No
now.
foul. No foul.
A cutting Dante Jones.
Play ball.
Knocked away by Steven Jackson.
Let's go. No, look at it.
It went off of Dante Jones. So turnover. This could be the game. Here's Allen Anderson.
Great defense.
Give it to him.
To Ron Artest. The kick out. Anderson for the win. Got it. Killer 3's come up with the victory. And 3's company now 5-3. They were sitting in the 3rd slot. They will now move down a notch.
Never matched the energy, I thought, from the beginning of the game. Yes, you're another player short, but you can control what you can control, which is effort and playing hard, okay? And we didn't see that early on, so now you're struggling from behind, and all night it's been either Allen Anderson or Steven Jackson knocking down jump shots, and it was too much of a hurdle to overcome for 3's company, who once again were a little short-handed and not having their full complement of players.
Action Jackson had 25 points, 17 in the second half to go along with 6 rebounds. He's